I recently had this vintage Art Deco flip clock sent to me for servicing. They were marketed using various names like flip clock, flap clock, and split flap clocks. They have a long history going back to the late 1800s in Germany. This is one of the first German patents for a flip clock from 1890. This particular model is German-made. Production period of this model was from 1940 to 1949. It's in very good condition, shows no defects. The patina on it is consistent with its age. The original lacquer finish, as you can see, is beginning to crack and check slightly. This end piece comes off for winding, setting, and regulating the time. Exceptional shape, clean and new looking in here. This one is a 7-jewel movement, produced by the Indra Time Corporation of West Germany, and designed by Joseph Mergenhagen. Clock movement is held in by these two fasteners. Winding of the movement is done by this rather large winding dial. Setting the time is done from the smaller knob in the middle here. There's two rotating cylinders inside that have individual celluloid flip cards that display the time of the day. The owner is complaining the clock works for several hours, then stops. Inside of case is nice and clean. Mounting studs are soldered to the inside of case. This cover could use a little adjusting. That's better looking. It'll keep the dust from getting inside now. The two blue steel springs on top hold the card until it rotates far enough, and then it flips down. On the end of the clock, there's a standard minute wheel here, and a standard hour wheel and cannon pinion. Same gearing as a regular clock, just located farther away from the movement. These two screws hold the dust cover. This is the regulator arm. Dust cover is in pristine shape, no signs of dirt or rust. Movement is held to the flip assembly by 3 taper pins. Oh, it's sure loose here. It's missing this taper pin. Only being held in by 2 pins. Before I move forward, I'll release the mainspring power. Here's the click and click spring. Pull the click back and slowly release the power. This taper pin here connects the movement center arbor to the flip assembly. This movement taper pin has an interference blockage with the mechanism. This pillar post has a tool mark on it. Someone rotated the pillar post because the taper pin was hanging over the movement plate, interfering with the dust cover install. The pin's not coming out the way it's oriented. I'm going to need to rotate the pillar post to get it out. I'll use some smooth-jawed pliers with some cardboard so as not to cause any additional tool marks. Nice. This plate has some scratches here and there, but still very clean looking. Movement reads Endura Time Corporation, Germany, 7 joules. The gold gilt on the movement is starting to flake slightly. One spot of corrosion and a few scratches here and there. To remove the crown knob, the set screw is aligned with the hole in the winding wheel. To remove the mainspring barrel, this locking tension washer needs to be removed. It's held in place by this locking tab. Most of these I see are all scarred and scratched by metal screwdrivers and tools used to pry it off. This one is in excellent shape, and I intend to keep it that way by using this thin piece of mylar to unlock the tab instead of a screwdriver. Slide the mylar around until it's next to the tab, lift, and the tension washer notch will lift over the locking tab. A piece of pegwood to slide the washer off. Mainspring can be released from the arbor by rotating backwards and a slightly pulling action. It doesn't look too bad from here. Black color to the grease is most likely a graphite grease. The grease shield to keep the mainspring lube from getting into the movement. Balance assembly. Hairspring pin. Work the hairspring free of the regulator pins. It's in good shape, but the pivots are dry. I'll get this capsule off so the condition of the lubrication can be inspected. Oil is dried to a hard plastic consistency. Capsule on the front plate. Lubrication is also dried to a hard plastic material. Definitely could be cause for the movement to not stay running. Well, time to disassemble and clean. All cleaned, lubed, and timed out just great. It's an accurate timekeeper. It's been keeping time for a week now. Time to install it in the case. A couple slow motion shots of the minute side flipping to the next minute. That ping noise is the noise of the blue spring twanging as the card flips off of it. A nice working Art Deco 1940s flip clock.